Hey guys, what's up? Hamza here with the review of Nokia E52. So let's check out the basic specs of this device. It has a 600 MHz processor, just like the one you would find in iPhone 3GS, 128 MB of RAM, 3.2 megapixel camera, quarter VGA resolution screen with the size of 2.4 inches, and that's it for the main specs, and we shall look at the details as we move along. So let's start with the physical character of the phone. The phone is made out of very strong plastic. It almost feels like a unibody plastic device, but it isn't actually. But on the build quality front, it is superb. It has very strong plastic, and when you hold it in your hand, you can feel the overall build quality and the rigidness of the body. Adding to that rigidness is the steel, which you can see a bezel around the front of the device. These buttons are brushed aluminum. The navigation key is all steel, and of course the OK button is brushed aluminum as well. And on the back you can see the cover is stainless steel, and it has some texture, and you can feel that. Let me just make a bit of a sound over here. So this texture not only gives it some design element, but it also helps the device to provide more grip to your hand. So in your hand this phone is absolutely firm, no chance of slipping that away. And another thing that you would notice, that there is no chrome on the device. Everything is matte. One thing which is really good for such a device that doesn't have so much shiny parts, it won't get dirty very easily. So person like me who has sweaty hands most of the time, this phone is, well, it's like a blessing. Sadly, the screen over here is made out of plastic. I was hoping that this screen would be made out of, well, glass to keep up with the quality of the device, but it's plastic, and I don't use any pouch or anything, but even then the screen has remained totally scratchless. So it gets a thumbs up from that front. Okay, now let's check out some of the buttons and the ports on the device. So at the front, beneath the screen, of course, you have your soft keys, your call keys, one to dial the call and the other to end the call. And with that you have 4 shortcut keys. This is for bringing up the home menu or the menu. With that, a calendar key. Now this key and another key, which is the messaging key, have 2 types of operation. I'll show you that later. And with that you have, of course, the delete key or the backspace key, which is very good instead of having a soft key do the job for you. So you know that this key is the dedicated key, and you can use it anywhere you like. If you want to delete an application, press this button, and if you're typing a message and you have typed something wrong, use this button to erase everything that you have typed. Okay, now let's look at the back. It has a 3.2 megapixel camera. Sadly, the camera is the least of the functions of this phone. This is a 3.2 megapixel camera, no autofocus, no smile detection, no nothing. This is a bare bone camera, and I think I kind of like it because I don't prefer cameras on mobile phones. I use my point and shoot all the time. With that, a speaker grill. This is a mono speaker, not a stereo one. On the bottom you have your microphone. With that, a Leonard attachment hole, and of course you can take the back off, which is very easy. And that's what I love about steel construction phones, that their cases are very my nails aren't well, their cases are very well designed. Of course, with the plastic back cover, you always have to pry it open, and sometimes you fear that it will break off. But for steel one, they have to make special ports and buttons to get it on and off. So this is much more safer, as you can see. Easy peasy. Okay, on the right you have your volume keys with our middle key that will activate the voice commands or your push to talk capabilities. Camera shortcut key, and on the other side you just have a micro USB port that is used for your syncing and also your charging. So that's good because this is becoming a standard for all the mobile phones, and the proprietary ones are just going out of the window. And on the top, of course, you have your earpiece with that, an ambient light sensor, and a front facing camera, which is I believe VGA. And on the top of course you have your on and off key, and with that a 3.5mm headphone jack. So that's another good thing for this, because the old E series used to have 2.5mm jack and they were just annoying. Okay, now let's check out the software of the device. The device has a 600 MHz processor, and the screen is really small, and the software is pretty basic, so this phone is pretty fast in its operation. Now let me just show you the twin operation of these buttons. So if I say I press the message button, I'm straight into the message menu. But if I press and hold this, I'm certainly in the composing menu option. So this is really good, because having these buttons around, these are the basically functions that you would need on your daily basis. So when you have everything arranged in button formats, you don't need these shortcuts. I have these shortcuts on, and as you can see, the most of them replicate the buttons. So that's a nice thing. These are like widgets. You can create shortcuts on there, and every software that you install onto this phone will be available in the settings menu, and you can change all that if you want. You can even change the layout of the screen. But I like this screen because it has everything on. If I have any calendar entry, it will be on. I can turn on and off the wireless LAN if I want, and of course I can search the whole phone or maybe all the web as well. Okay, so that's that. Now check out the home screen. The home screen is pretty basic. It's after all a Symbian operating system, but I have seen Symbian operating system working at their best in the E series phone. So it might sound like a Symbian device, and Symbians are notorious for crashing every time you try to do something really important, but this is the most robust and the most stable Symbian operating system that I have ever seen. Before that, the old version was at its best in the E71, and I had that phone as well. So this is just brilliant. But there isn't anything special in here. Of course, this also has GPS, and with that you also get the digital compass. So if you use the Google Maps, it will be perfectly fine. But this phone also comes with lifetime guarantee, lifetime availability of Nokia OV Maps. But sadly the OV Maps doesn't work in Pakistan, so I'm not so happy about that software. Although this was a navigation pack special, and they also shipped it with this. This is the mobile holder for your phone, so you can use it as a navigation device, but it's just a novelty for me. Okay, that's that. Now let's check out the music player of this device. Music player is pretty basic. As you can see, all the options are available on the main page, and you can create your playlist. Creating a playlist is really easy. In the old Nokia phones, you have to create the playlist in your computer and then export it to the phone, but now you can create it on the fly. All you gotta do is just select a song option, go to the options and add it to a playlist of your liking. As far as the sound quality is concerned, you don't expect good sound quality from such a business device, but this phone has excellent sound quality. It uses the same hardware as the Nokia 5800, and that has the best sound quality of any mobile phone that I have used up to date. It is equal if not better than the iPhone. So on that front, it's absolutely brilliant, but the mono speaker is not recommended for the music. With that, now let's check out the camera. The camera is the only weak point of this device. It's a 3.2 megapixel. Let me just get that in focus. My camera doesn't like the cam. Oh, it's in focus. So it's a 3.2 megapixel, no autofocus, and no smile detection, and needless to say, all the other functions are just pointless without having a autofocus system. The video is, well, the video is okay, but I won't call it a phone that you can use for your video logging or vlogging or something like that. But I don't care, because I think cameras are the least important topics when I'm buying a phone, so I don't give a damn about it. And as you can see, the accelerometer is pretty fluent. Thanks to the 600 megahertz processor, the transition is really smooth and really clean. Okay, I think that's that for this device. If you like my review, then make sure you hit that like button. That supports me a lot, and you can subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for more reviews like this. And also please let me know about this review. I know my accent is not the best in the world, and you can spot it from a mile away that I'm not an American. But apart from my accent, tell me how the review was. Should I need to make it better in any way, or have I made it too long? Please, I'm open to suggestions. Leave your comments. This is Hamza signing off. Thank you so much for watching.